Hey everyone, welcome to DevRunner. My name is Paul. I'm an endurance runner and an RRCA certified running coach, and this is episode number 4 of my marathon PR 2023. In this series, I am documenting all of my training as I work toward a 2-hour, 52-minute, and 23-second or faster marathon attempt, which will take place on March 4th of 2023 at the Myrtle Beach Marathon in South Carolina. Now this time around, I'll be detailing my training from January 2nd through the 8th of 2023. I'm hoping to reach the lofty 100-mile milestone this time around, and I'll be passing along all the tips and tricks and advice that I can think of to help you become a healthier, happier, faster, and stronger runner yourself. So stick with me. Here we go. Hey folks, it's Monday, January 2nd, 2023, and this is about to be my first run of my 4th week of my marathon training cycle. Yes, this is the big one, the first of the big ones. I'm going to be shooting for 100 miles this week, so today we get started with 2 runs, both easy runs on the treadmill. It's beautiful outside. It's like 60 degrees out there, but I am foregoing that warmth and beauty because I want to make sure that I give my legs a break. So the nice soft bed, the nice soft landing on the treadmill is what I'm going to go with. And this first one will be 6 miles, and then the second one, after I spend a couple of hours consulting with some running clients, will be a 5-miler for 11 miles total on the day. All right, folks, run number 1 is done. 52 minutes and 44 seconds to do the job. Whew. Learning a little bit more about music production as I run. Very happy. All right, folks, I'm going to get a little break. I've got some consultations to do. And then I'll be right back down here to go 5 more miles. See you soon. Hey, everyone. How's this for a new perspective on life? Run number 2 done. 5 miles on the treadmill in a mere 43 minutes and 54 seconds. Calvin, trusty good old good boy Calvin, is on the couch waiting on me. All right, folks, I'll see you tomorrow for some speed. It's Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, and I just finished 11 miles with 5 miles of speed work, speedy-ish, I'm going to call it that, work in the middle of this run. I knew immediately that it was not going to be a good day for me. I got started just after 7 a.m. and had to return home after the first 2 miles of warm-up due to upset stomach, and then took care of business and headed back out again, and attempted to go 5 miles at between 15K and a half marathon pace, which for me should have been down in the very, very low 6-minute per mile range. Couldn't get anywhere near it. Ended up running 5 miles in the low 7-minute range, and was just barely hanging on. And then the last 3 miles of warm down were just slogging through the mileage. So not a good day for me. Feeling bad in my stomach, feeling like my legs are not well rested enough. One of those rough days that you just sort of have to accept and hope you can bounce back from. I'm going to make sure I'm well hydrated. I'm off to the office now, and when I get back late this afternoon, I'll do 4 miles super duper slow on the treadmill. A big puppy. Sniffing stuff. I'm good at sniffing stuff. He's got a big old sniffer. Alright, monkey dog, let's go. Oh, hey, how are you? Good to see you. 4 miles done for my second run of the day. Took me 35 minutes, 22 seconds to get it done on the treadmill. And I'm happy to say, folks, that it felt good. I started off at 6 miles an hour. In the first mile and a quarter, I ramped it up to 7 miles an hour. Yeah. And just took it easy from there, watching some of my favorite YouTubers as I ran. And it's done. 15 miles total on the day. Tomorrow's a big day. Another day of doubles. I'll start off in the morning with 15 miles of aerobic running and finish it off with 5 miles in the afternoon, nice and easy. Most likely on the treadmill again. So, folks, I can't wait for this week to be over. 100 miles coming by the time all is said and done on Sunday. So, yeah, a little bit challenging, especially after 3 weeks of ramping up and up and up. I'm feeling it. And, you know, the run earlier today proved that I am already kind of beat down. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully I'll get more sleep tonight and better hydration and better nutrition. And I'll be able to attack tomorrow's 15-miler a little bit more aggressively. Hey folks, it's Wednesday, January 4th, 2022. I just finished run number 1. And unfortunately, it had to be on the treadmill because it's just pouring rain all day long outside. And there's no way I was going 15 miles, soaking wet, and all the fun that goes with that from blisters onwards. So anyway, 15 miles on the treadmill. It took me 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 44 seconds to get the job done. And I'm happy to say, Calvin kept me company the whole time, just staring out the window, waiting for me to finish all of this silliness. The great news is that I'm not done running for the day. I've got 5 more miles easy, which will happen later this afternoon after I've run some errands. The second run for Wednesday, January 4th is now done. 5 miles on the treadmill. It took me 43 minutes and 56 seconds. I'll tell you what, I'm wiped out. 20 miles in the middle of the week is quite a bit to ask. It's been 3 years since I've ran this kind of mileage in preparation for a marathon. So, yeah, none of it comes freshly to mind, and it's a little bit surprising how hard it is. So, I don't know. It's just going to be tough to see if I can generate the kind of speed that I need to when my legs are consistently this tired. I don't know if I'll have to make some fast changes to this training plan within the next couple of weeks to make this, you know, even semi-possible to run a PR, or if I just use this as a building towards a PR in the autumn. At this point, you know, I'm just being honest with you. I don't know what this is going to turn out like at Myrtle Beach anymore, but I'm going to have to make some decisions very soon about how I'm going to treat the rest of this training cycle. It's Thursday, January 5th, 2022. I just finished my first run of the day. It was supposed to be 6 miles, followed by another 6-miler later. But I wanted to save myself some grief for the second run, so I went 8.5 miles just now instead on the roads. It's nice and warm, so I just enjoyed myself. It took me 1 hour and 11 minutes and I think 49 seconds to get the job done, and averaged somewhere in the mid 8-minute per mile range for this run. Surprised at how great I felt. I was not trying to push it at all, but I guess I just recovered well after yesterday's 20 miles. I'm not going to complain about that. Hey folks, it's Thursday, January 5th still. Run number 2 is done, 3.5 miles on the treadmill. Took me 32 minutes and 4 seconds to get it done. And I'll tell you, it was rough. I drank and I took in a little snack when I got home from the 8.5 miles outside, but apparently I'm not well hydrated enough, or the break was too short in between the 2 runs, because I started feeling pretty wonky there at the end of this one. But I'm glad it's over. Time for a hot shower, time for some dinner, time for a good long night's sleep. It's Friday, January 6th, 2023. Just heading out for 14 miles. It is a mild 55 degrees right now. A little bit breezy, so I'm a little bit chilly just kind of standing here, you know, with the blood not really flowing yet, but I'm sure I will feel just fine within a couple of minutes. I'm just going to try to keep this one on the high end of my aerobic range, so somewhere right around 8-minute miles, 7.5 miles an hour, because I'm going to be doing my best today and tomorrow to save as much energy for the big 18-mile long run on Sunday, which is calling for 10 miles at my proposed marathon pace of 6:29 per mile. I don't think I'm realistically going to touch that, but I got to do what I can to get as close as possible between now and when belly goes away. All right, here we go. Friday, January 6th, 2022. My 14-mile run is over. It took me 1 hour 54 minutes and something seconds. And I think I averaged 8:13 per mile, so right there, just on the upper limit of my aerobic window. So good enough. Like I said before the run began, oh yeah, conjugating verbs. I'm doing very well today. Anyway, yeah, as I said earlier, I don't want to push my luck today or tomorrow because I'm going to need all the help I can get when it comes to the Sunday 18 miles with 10 at marathon pace. Hopefully I can get close. Hey folks, it's Saturday, January 7th, 2023, and 10 miles are complete. Whew, ran them at the very top end of my aerobic range. I think I averaged 7:58 per mile, and this run included 8 strides mid-run, not done afterwards. So the argument can be made that those were fartleks. You know, what's the difference? The point is that there was active recovery, half-mile of active recovery between each of those strides. So it's a little bit more challenging to your system than running and then doing your strides with a static rest in between. So that's why I do them this way. I just feel like I get that little bit more out of them. And what that does is build up my muscles for speed and gets that neuromuscular pathway a little bit fresher so that it's easier to move faster, to keep that fresh, and to keep the mechanics flowing properly for when you need to run faster. And tomorrow I will need to run faster, thus the strides today. Tomorrow is going to be 18 miles with hopefully 10 miles at or somewhere near my intended marathon pace of 6 minutes and 29 seconds per mile. I don't think I'm in the kind of shape to hit that or to sustain that for 10 full miles. I'm kind of, this is a heck of an experiment, this training block, folks, because I'm not where I need to be going into the training block, but hopefully by another 6 or 7 weeks, I will be there. Hey folks, it's Sunday, January 8th, 2023. I'm about to head out for my 18 miles. Yes, I said I'm about to head out. It's been pouring all day and misting and just being generally miserable outside. However, there is a window, supposedly of about 2.5 hours right now. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon, where the odds of rain are a mere hovering between 20 and 30%. Right around, I think, 5 p.m., it's supposed to go up to like 70% and higher, and it's basically guaranteed freezing rain. So I'm going to get out there. Hopefully I can get all 18 miles in. If not, you can hear Calvin there in the background. If not, then I will come in and finish it on the treadmill. I really hope I don't have to do that. But yeah, the plan is to get out there and run 4 miles to get myself where I feel like I'm warmed up enough to run at marathon pace, right around 6:30, 6:29. I don't know if I'll be able to touch that today in all, truth, but I'll get as close as I can, or at least find a pace that will allow that I can sustain. That's really the goal. And if I have to break up that 10 miles into like 2 5-mile chunks or a 4 and a 4 and a 2 or whatever, I'll figure it out on the fly. I just finished a gel. I took one of these guys right here. just a sort of pre-fueling. And I've got 3 more of them on board here in the pack. I'll take one at 4.5 miles, another one at 9, and another one at 13.5. The liquid that I'm carrying with me is the tropical flavor Tailwind, which has 35 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. And I've got 3 scoops in here along with 2.5 17-ounce bottles of water mixed in with it. So 700 calories total on the run, including the pre-fuel. So yeah, I should be plenty hyped up. There's very little chance of sleep tonight. Sunday, January 8th, 2023. 18 miles complete. It took me 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 30 seconds. I averaged low 7s per mile, like 7:22 or something per mile. I don't know. It's on the screen. The correct numbers are on the screen. Anyway, folks, I guess the big news that everybody's waiting to hear about is I had the 10 miles at marathon pace go. I think disheartening is over dramatizing this, but I averaged in the 640s and 650s. The good news is that I did all 10 miles in a row. I did 4 miles of warm-up, then 10 straight miles attempting to be at marathon pace, and then 4 miles at the end just to, you know, take it easy and warm down. I gotta say, for those 10 miles, I wasn't really gunning super hard. Like, I wasn't maxing to try to get there. I wanted to run what felt like comfortably hard effort because I didn't want to blow my legs out. You know, this is, you know, for those of you who are wondering too, yes, I did hit exactly 100 miles with this run for this week. So I was more worried about, you know, the bigger picture than sort of blowing myself out and running as hard as I could just to try to run at a pace that is supposed to be somewhat hard. You know what I mean? Like, so I will be putting a lot of effort to get down to race weight over the next 3 weeks and to greatly improve my nutrition. I think my sleep is already good, folks. To tell you the truth, I've really, you know, been consistent with a minimum of 8 hours a night over the last 4 weeks of this training block. So that's not a big concern to me as far as a way to improve my ability to recover and perform as strong as possible. I think there was residual fatigue coming out of the half marathon, and then you know, the other big thing to blame, you know, just to put everything out there, is the fact that I've been eating garbage, you know, since the half marathon, when I was in just recovery mode for a couple of weeks and not really running much at all. And then even during the ramp up through Christmas, I've just been chomping down everything that is not particularly good for me. A lot of fast food, a lot of pizza, burgers, you know the story. So that's over. I am going to be doing my best to sort of blow up a bubble of where I can really hype up my fitness quickly, because I've only got 6 weeks till my taper, because this is a very short training cycle going into Myrtle Beach. So I got to do something that's going to get me fit fast, and losing the weight, 2 pounds a week over the next 3 weeks will go a long way to making it easier to run fast with less effort. So that's where I will start things, and I'm also going to be talking to other coaches to see how to maximize my aerobic capabilities and build muscle as soon as possible safely while maintaining fairly high mileage. So as soon as I know something, you'll know something. Let's cut to the week in review. Thanks for sticking with me this week, folks. 100 miles. All right, welcome to the Week in Review, everyone. I am happy to report that I made it to the 100-mile mark in the last 7 days of running. A big accomplishment that I have not done since, I think, February of 2020, when I was building up towards the Tobacco Road Marathon that year. But ultimately, that marathon was canceled due to the unmentionable scourge of society. But here I am. I'm back, and I felt good. Tired, absolutely, but I am still functional. So good news there. Let's talk about the week. I think the only standout days were probably Tuesday, where I got some speed up there in the middle of that 10-miler to start the day. And then the long run, the 18-miler on Sunday. I had 10 miles that were all sub 7-minute miles. So good news there. Of course, not as fast as they should have been, but that's probably a good jumping off point to talk about my weight for the first time in one of these videos. I am currently sitting at 145.3 pounds, which is far too heavy to be running the kind of times that I need to be running. I need to get it down there, down around the 6:30 per mile mark. And being able to maintain that for 26.2 miles is only going to come if the weight comes down. So that is the big goal going forward. I've got 6 weeks left to train hard before the 2-week taper, so there's no time for messing around. I'm also happy to report that all 7 of my core routines got done this time, and I did manage 1 strength routine as well. So, starting to get a little bit more solid and a little bit more injury resilient. So good news there. Now, folks, if you're looking for a core routine or a strength routine or some help with your cadence and running form, please take a look at the listed videos in the show notes below. If you are looking for a coach or looking for any help from a coach, I encourage you to go to my coaching website, DevRunnerCoaching.com. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you've liked my content here, please give it a like. And if you've got any questions or comments for me, please just drop them below. I'd be happy to get back to you. Now, with that said, folks, of course, get healthy, stay strong, and keep pushing. I'll catch you next week. Peace out.